Is my light on?
Just the weirdest thing. It's like from an alien planet. Mineral Explorers Bolivia was a challenge, not only to film, but also to edit. We came back from that trip with over 35 hours of footage that we then had to condense down to a 30-minute episode. So we had to make a lot of tough decisions as far as what was going to stay in the show and what was going to be cut out.
There were several parts of the trip that didn't make it into the episode. There was explosions, near collision, and there were several exciting and even tense moments that got axed for one reason or another.
So here's your behind-the-scenes look at some parts of the trip that didn't make the cut. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into.
Ah! So lazy cracking out here.
Life rafts are located in ceiling compartments. Each cabin exit door and some exit windows are equipped with an evacuation slide. Some slides, except those over the wings, may also be used as rafts.
We just landed at La Paz. The airport is at 14,000 feet, and Leslie's having a little bit of problem with the oxygen level already. She's getting a little bit of oxygen from the oxygen tank. This should make her feel better. I've seen guys that look like big, tough football players get out of the plane and faint on the runway from the altitude.
How you feeling?
Much better.
You're looking a little better color.
Oh, my vitals.
Sus asientos no están siendo revisados por un agente de seguridad. We were on our way back to the warehouse in Puerto Suarez when we ran across a demonstration. Basically, the people were protesting because they wanted jobs. Evidently, there was a contract that was signed with the government and it wasn't completed on, and the people just really wanted jobs. And so they had blockaded the traffic. They're putting nails in the tires up ahead here. They will totally destroy a car and punch its tires out if they don't have permission to get by. I went up and I talked to the head guy there and I told him what we were doing. I slipped him 30 Bolivianos, which seemed to help. He said it was for Coca-Colas and food. And then they gave us an escort around the blockade. We've got a permission from the head guy here, and so now we're gonna try to get around without any problems. This is exciting, I think. It's not every day you run into a blockade where they'll punch your tires out.
Some of us were joking in the car, well, kind of halfway joking, that maybe they were just leading us to some undisclosed location to kidnap us.
How's this compare to your last job?
I don't remember my last job right now.
Now, what you see in the episode seems like a relatively smooth trip through the Pantanal that just took a little longer than expected. But there was actually much more to the story.
You didn't pack any beer, did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, yeah? Where is it? Well,
hide it.
we started really early and we were supposed to arrive well before dark. The trip was only supposed to take about 5 or 6 hours, but we had some engine trouble and we could only go about 10 miles an hour.
I hope it's not the same with the airplane.
Yeah, really. I just hope we get there before dark. And every time I asked the driver how close we were or you know, how near we were to the mine, he would say, "Oh, it's right around the corner. It's right around the corner." Before we knew it, it was dark.
We had no lights on the boat, and the driver kept on saying, "Oh, we can see just fine." And at one point, the boat ahead of us had gotten stuck in some overgrowth in the water, and we were heading straight for it, and we didn't notice it till the last second.
We turned around a corner, and the other boat was right in front of us, and we had to swerve violently just to miss it.
Yeah, we saw you guys stuck, and then
We almost hit you.
yeah, we almost hit you.
Yeah,
right.
it looked like you guys decided to take a different path. You guys went off to the right.
And we ended up getting stuck ourselves.
We couldn't get out, and we were totally stuck. And he had to pull the motor up, and the propeller was all wound up with plants and everything. I had to get my little knife out for him to cut it off. This little thing here is what saved us. And even then, I had to stick my hands in the water, alligator-infested water, and pull the boat out slowly before we could get out.
It was a little bit scary. I was wondering, oh, they're going to come back and find us and get us. Yeah.
Our driver kept going. He's like, they're fine.
This was without a doubt the most intense part of the trip and would have made an incredible addition to the episode. However, we had no lights, and we were fighting for our lives, basically, so it wasn't the top priority to get the cameras out, so we have no footage.
Oh, I really hated that that part of the episode we had no footage for.
It actually took me days to convince Thomas that without any footage, we just couldn't make a scene.
But we almost had a collision. We got stuck in the weeds and were nearly stranded there. And then there was no way to see where we were going because there was no lights.
For that reason, couldn't make the cut.
Ramiro said the trucks have been waiting for us since 4, so he's not sure if they're still there.
I was just kidding.
Yeah, you're always just kidding. I think you were just kidding when you said the trip was 5 hours too.
This is where all the fun is.
The drilling was probably my favorite part of the whole episode. What they do is they drill holes in the walls there, and they put dynamite in it to blast and everything. And I had never done any drilling with this type of drill before, and I could just feel that drill going like a hot knife through butter into that really hard rock. And it just gave me an exhilarating feeling. And I just started screaming because it was just, felt so good. And I really hated that that part couldn't get in the episode. And I'm still not sure why.
Why didn't the drilling scene make the cut? Roll the footage.
Yeah! Oh yeah! Yeah, baby! Whoa! Whoa!
Despite having to cut out all these scenes from the actual episode, we're still really happy with the end result, and we hope that you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed making it. We'll see you next time.